Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alfany. So we're going to begin here with this article on U.Today. I hope you're all doing well out there. It's titled, Ripple's Chief Legal Officer Calls Out Officials on Crypto Regulation. It begins as such. Ripple's Chief Legal Officer, Stuart Algorand, has called out officials on their position on cryptocurrencies, criticizing their approach to regulating the industry. In a tweet, Algorand expressed his frustration with unelected senior bureaucrats who have prejudged the status of cryptocurrencies as securities. Listen, after all we've heard, I always questioned why no one asked who were those 300 politicians who got paid off by Sam Bankman-Fried. That's what the article said. Who were they? Why is that list not coming out? Why is no one talking about those names and the fact that it has been proven, although we all knew this all along anyway, but it was proven that there's dirty money floating around behind the scenes. So no matter how much reasoning you do, no matter how much you try to convey your intellect on this situation, they're not going to be reasonable. Number one, they're emotionally controlled and they're not intellectuals. That's number one. So ignorance is going to scream, it's going to shout, it's going to rage against you, against all logic. So that's number one. Number two, even if they understood your reasoning, which is quite sound, I might add, about these things being commodities, but we see the CFTC doing its job now, right? To establish that. A little bit late, but better late than never, I suppose. But even if your reasoning did make it through to them, that allegedly, according to multiple articles, allegedly, that payment money, that dirty money, that money showing up in envelopes, right? That pays them to not think a certain way, but promote certain things, to go against others, to use their so-called power, even though that's illusory and the people should never have given them power in the first place. In my humble opinion, that's how I feel. No one should be ruling over you or me, and I don't accept that at all. No one will ever tell me what to do. Not going to happen. Anyway. But they're paid. Once that money makes it into their pocket, it doesn't matter what you or I say. They're going to obey the money. That's a problem. And that's something that needs to be remedied. The people are all focused on the wrong things. The people are the ones that can move these individuals, but the people are divided, so they are conquered. Not only divided amongst the groups of people, but they're divided within their own minds. But if the people were ever to come together and act as one, then yes, we could change certain things here. And we wouldn't have to worry about dirty money, moving laws this way or that, legalities this way or that, politicians this way or that. No, everything would be forced to operate in favor of the people. Right? But you have to fix some of those substantial elements first before things can work for the people. You have to fix things like promoting having a clear mind for the people, promoting constructive thinking and not arguing. Arguing has been ingrained in the people. I remember being in high school and college, and then, they say, hey, Mick, you want to. It was a few of us, you're in AP classes and you're in college courses in high school, intellectually gifted programs. And they always come to you, hey, you want to do debates and such. It was real nonsense. But at the time, you think to yourself, hey, this is going to look good on my paperwork, right? So you go do it, only to find out the debating is just arguing. So they've been conditioning the people to scream, shout, argue, talk over each other, even at an intellectual level. So having clarity of thought and having constructive dialogue that moves forward is something that needs to be promoted. Keeping the people together is another thing that's not promoted. Division is promoted, not keeping the people together. So that's another thing that will have to be fixed. Then this would take a long time, but the people are I don't want to go too deep. But you see what happens with families. You see what happens. So the people have been divided on every level. So the coming together to actually have the power and force that's necessary would take something drastic and dramatic in order to make the people stand together to change things like this. Other than that, these problems will persist, is what I'm saying. Now, I'll make that clear and eloquent, right? So now let's move on here. Let's read a little bit further. This is as reported by U.Today. Algorand also urged caution and joining Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren, who was or is coming up for re-election. I mean, the crypto people have, I mean, she's been coming against crypto for quite some time. Are the people actually going to do something? Let's see if she gets reelected easily. Let's see. If the people really have a problem, that shouldn't occur, right? Not just for that person, but for any of these politicians that have been coming against crypto. Are the crypto people actually going to go vote? Are they actually going to vote out their enemies? Are they actually going to strike against their enemies in a very easy way? Says in her efforts to form a unified alliance against the digital asset sector, Warren has been reaching out to conservative senator. You think these titles, I love it that they think that these people still think these titles mean anything. Conservative, Warren is a Democrat, right? I don't keep up with all these silly politics. I don't subscribe to anybody ruling over me, having authority over me. What? No. I was born free. I'm going to remain free. I was born ruling over myself with a good enough intellect to be able to make proper decisions, right decisions. And I know what's best for me. I'm not harming anyone. Why the heck would I need somebody to rule over me and tell me what to do? I don't agree to that. Just because we were born into a system doesn't mean that we have to agree with the system or follow the system. No. But anyway, it's all a show. So yeah, these titles, do people still believe that these titles mean something? Reaching out to conservative Senate Republicans to support her on her cryptocurrency bill. Like they're not eating dinner at different times throughout the year together. Like they're not sitting hand in hand, sitting arm to arm, or shaking hands, or going to the same parties, the same gatherings, living in the same neighborhoods of their neighbors, going to the town halls together, things like that. Come on now. Getting to know each other over the years, so that familiarity, then they stop becoming opponents and representatives for each other. They're just friends after a while. Come on. It's all a show at this point. It doesn't matter what these titles say that they are. Vote, keep it flowing. Vote them out. Yep. Come in here for 4 years, 2 years, whatever the term is. I don't know what they are. It doesn't matter. Vote them out. Keep it fresh. So they never get enough time. They never get comfortable. But the people are not going to do that. They're going to sit on the couch. They're going to watch some YouTube. They're going to watch some TikTok. They're going to go to the theaters. They're going to watch some sports. Meanwhile, the world that they are enjoying is being ripped down before their eyes. Bread and circus, just like in ancient times. Bread and circus. Keep them distracted with gladiators and, celebrity news and such. And they won't know what's going on. That's how it looks. Anyway, let's move on to this next article here. This article is from coinedition.com. It's titled, XRP, ADA, and Matic are altcoins to watch this upcoming week. Just to watch this upcoming week. ADA, XRP, and Matic are coins to always watch. If you're a believer in them, if you understand the utility of these coins, which they are all massive utility coins. They're always coins to watch. When a bull run, especially when a bull run comes in, these are the type of coins. And this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a humble researcher, and I give some of my opinions. You have to make your own decisions. Please do at all times, and protect yourself at all times. And even that's not advice. That's just, I think wise people would protect themselves at all times. But XRP, massive utility. ADA, smart contracts, scan trust, all of these different things that Cardano is trying to do. And even though I don't agree with Charles Hoskinson on many different things that he says, he's a brilliant individual that has a vision. And I think that he's going to do very well with that vision into the future. And Matic speaks for itself. Polygon speaks for itself with all the different things that it's done. These massive partnerships it's been bringing in. You saw it have a little bit of an explosion a short while back during a bloody bear market. So they're always coins to watch in just my humble opinion, nothing more. Okay. Let's move on to another article here. They go into a little bit of the price action and stuff. I'm not really concerned with that when it comes to ADA. I don't hold any Cardano right now, any ADA right now, but I used to a long time ago. I still think it's a great project, even though I took profits on that. But XRP, ADA, and Polygon personally, I expect to explode again. They did it before and it was easy. And I think now with so many more powerful partnerships, they can do it much easier in the next bull run. But that's just my humble opinion. I could be wrong on that, right? Once again, it's not financial advice. Don't, make your own decisions. All right. Got to make that clear. So now let's cover a little bit of stellar news, a little bit of XLM news here. This is from BPV. All right. One of the companies that is building on Stellar, utilizing Stellar. And BPV's article says this. It says BP Ventures, a blockchain consulting and software services firm, has completed development for support for ISO 20022 on the Stellar blockchain. The move will open, catch this part, because I've been saying this for years, not in relation to ISO, but just outright. Stellar has these opportunities. It's not a guarantee, but opportunity. Most people don't think of potentiality because they're not visionaries. And sure, visionaries can be wrong, but a lot of times when visionaries are right, it's the once in a lifetime events when they're correct. But anyway, catch this next part. The move will open possibilities for trillions of dollars worth of financial sector transfer volume to migrate to the Stellar network. Boom, 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 boom. The people get that. They're still going to hate Stellar. They're still going to hate Stellar. And like I said, none of these coins, nothing in life is guaranteed. Nothing. It's a matter if you believe or not. Do you believe? What do you feel? What does your heart tell you? What does your soul tell you? What is your mind telling you? It's up to you. You got to walk your own path. Sometimes the path gets lonely. You can't walk with somebody all the time. I hate to tell you. Many people are not going to believe this. You're going to let that stop you? And I'm not talking about XLM. I'm talking about life. The people are going to doubt when you're trying to do something crazy, epic, not crazy, but like it's out of the realm of what other people are used to. It's out of their box. It's out of their circle. It's out of their world. They're not capable of it. They don't have the vision. They can't see it. They didn't do the research. They're lazy or they don't care. You're going to have to walk alone if you want to get to that light. Many times I had to walk alone. When you want to do something huge, it's never easy. You could have nothing or you could be a millionaire. It doesn't matter. There's another level that you can reach. I'm telling you, you just have to believe and work hard towards it. You can believe what you want. The move, so it says developed by the International Standards Organization, ISO 20022, is a global standard for data transfer between financial institutions, essential for many types of electronic payments. The standard is already used by many real-time clearing systems around the world, such as SWIFT, SEPA, that we know about. Let's scroll down here, see if they have anything else. It says BPV has developed ISO 20022 support for Stellar standardized KYC rails, which were implemented via Stellar Ecosystem Proposals SEP 9 and 31. Now, payments and other asset transfers will be able to leverage the benefits of Stellar, such as 5-second settlement, low fees, and immediate finality. So they couldn't do it before ISO, but now they can. Do you see that? But so many people saying ISO is nothing. Now, my thoughts aren't hinged on ISO. My thoughts on particular assets exploding are not hinged on ISO. But I'm just saying, it's just so many people say ISO is garbage. ISO means nothing. ISO doesn't do anything. And yet you have Volante, you have a couple of other companies. Now you have BPV saying ISO is important. Who are we going to listen to? The pros or other individuals? See, I don't like misinformation. I want to know something. I want to know the truth. Just give me the truth. And, if you don't know something, it's okay. I don't know many things. And guess what? If I don't know it, I'm not going to speak on it. Many times people ask me on the channel, they say, hey, Mick, what about this? What about that? I openly tell them I don't know about it. So I don't speak on things I don't know. I can't speak on things because I don't know it. I'm not familiar with this. I tell people these things all the time. It's okay not to know. And if you choose to learn, if you're interested, you can learn. But if you don't know, that's okay. So anyway, so it says here, once again, it says now payments and other asset transfers will be able to leverage the benefits of Stellar, such as 5-second. Well, now they will be able to leverage, which means they couldn't do it before. I want to emphasize that, while at the same time processing all transaction metadata according to the new ISO 20022 standard. Quote, we believe that we have implemented the most robust mapping of ISO 20022 XML to date. This will allow, which means it wasn't possible before. This will allow banks and financial institutions everywhere to benefit from Stellar's blockchain technology, stable, which is XLM, stablecoin Circle USDC, which brings that congestion, right? Well, you know what I usually say, and remain compliant with ISO standards, said founder of BPV. So if you want to argue with somebody, argue with that person. This is who's saying it. Founder of BPV, Anthony Baker. All right? Not Alphany. Anthony Baker. Says here, the impact of ISO covers many data types beyond payments, including transaction monitoring, client reporting, asset settlement, and other elements. So planning for migration early is important for financial institutions worldwide. Baker believes that the implementation of the standard presents an opportunity for financial institutions to upgrade their infrastructure. Quote, the whole financial sector will need to restructure their workflows to reflect ISO 20022 compliance. This new integration on the Stellar network, this is from March, by the way, this is not old, this is from March, says, this new integration on the Stellar network makes it possible to improve operational efficiency while achieving compliance with the new standard at the same time. All right, so I'm a little bit fiery today, but this is like the 5th time I'm shooting this video. I have to try to control my fire sometimes. I do. And I usually do a pretty good job. So usually it takes me probably about 10 to 12 times shooting a video. That's like the lesser end. The other day, it took me like maybe 30 times shooting a video to get it the right way that I wanted, to control the energies that were coming out of me, to be able to convey the energy a certain way, the message a certain way. Discipline is important, especially I feel like discipline is important for me, to not let the self do what it wants to do, to not let the emotions, the mind do what they want to do, but exacting my willpower on them and controlling them. Right. So this time I'm trying to do it on the 5th take here. So some of my fire is still burning, and I'm trying to control it as much as possible. Right. I can be quite fiery at times, but that is not the energy I want to put out there. So I don't know what that beat is, but it's nice. Little bit of Algorand news. Yep, we're going to do some random stuff. In life, you have to live life to the fullest, which means don't let people limit you. Don't let anything limit you. You feel like you want to sing, sing. You want to feel like you want to rap, rap. You want to dance, dance. You want to go for a long run, 100-mile run. Forget the people. Prepare yourself. Go for your 100-mile run. This is not advice. I'm just saying, live life the way that you want to live it. As long as it's good, you don't feel like it's bad. So I want to make a beat. I'm going to make a beat. Oh, Alphany, you're old. You're hostile today. No, sometimes the wind, you know how they associate the wind with the mind. Sometimes the wind is very strong in me. The mind is very strong. And so my focus is more intellectual. Today, the fire is raging. So a little bit more fiery. I feel that way, right? You feel that way? Sometimes you don't feel different on different days. Maybe I'm just different. Sometimes my roses are up, absorbing all that light. And sometimes my roses are down, a little less light, still beautiful, but those thorns come out just a little bit more. Interesting, right? These pictures have representative meaning, right? So I go cross-eyed for you. Meaning. Anyway. So, a little bit of Algorand news. So, This tweet here is from the Algorand Foundation and it's titled Falcon to the Rescue. Algorand is known for its robust and reliable blockchain, almost 4 years running, 1 billion transactions under its belt, and 0 downtime. But innovation is our thing, as our CTO, John Allen Woods, talks about quantum security. So they have an article linked here, and the article is titled Pioneering Falcon Post-Quantum Technology. So they continue to promote their quantum-proof technologies. Why? And people are not going to understand that legacy system is so vulnerable. They're not quantum proof. You realize that? So Algorand's actually trying to do them a favor. They're trying to do everybody a favor and say, hey, come build on Algorand right now. Because quantum computers are coming and they can crack and bust anything. Come here, build on Algorand. You'll be safe. We're quantum proof. I forgot there's another bank coin that's also quantum proof, but I can't remember which one off the top of my head. I think it might be Hedera. I think. Don't quote me on that. But they're preparing because they know, listen, artificial intelligence is a problem. It can be a problem in the future, 100%. Quantum computing is its own problem, a threat to pretty much everything because it can crack anything, it can bust anything, it can hack anything. This is why they continue to promote this Falcon mechanism. Let's read this a little bit. What is a quantum computer? This is from Algorand.Foundation. Computing is pervasive in modern life. But did you know there's an entirely new category of computer called quantum computers that are being actively developed by some? Well, we know this. We've read this before, I believe, an iteration of this. And we know IBM was working on it. We covered that a long time ago. But here's the thing. They're almost ready to dominate and roll out en masse. When they start being adopted en masse and employed en masse, and they make it into the hands of, listen, people are still, they're still trusting the banks to a large degree. They're not checking with the bank. Here's the thing. You can trust the banks, right? Well, I don't mean that like you should trust them. You can trust the banks, but I would also say, are you making sure that your banks have the security necessary? They're going to say yes, but tell them to show you proof that they have security that can protect your currency, your funds, your capital against quantum computers or AI hacks. Can they prove that they are hack proof from these new technologies? I don't think most of them can do that. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. But the fact that nobody's questioning them, that's what I'm saying. Question these institutions. People act like it's illegal to question. But then are flabbergasted when something happens to their capital that they put in the hands of some strangers. Why? Like, you realize that, right? I will hold them accountable. Hey, you need to prove to me that I can trust you with my money. I don't care that you have a big name. What's that supposed to be? That means you can't be hacked? No. Show me evidence. Show me proof. Make those lazy people work for a little bit. Make them work. From the top to the bottom, the CEOs all the way down to the regular workers. The banking industry as a whole is lazy. That's why there's so many problems. Algorand is saying, hey, listen, at least when it comes to us, we're quantum proof. We're making sure, we're not, we're one of the absolute best and safest to move money across. You see, central banks are trusting them, right? A bevy of other banks are trusting them. That's what this is about. So I expect them to continue to push the Falcon mechanism that makes Algorand and offerings built on Algorand quantum proof. I expect that to continue to be pushed. And I hope they continue. Good. Yeah. Listen, anyone who's wise enough to build on Algorand, I want their funds to be safe. I think, and it's just across the board. I don't care which bank coin you're using. The people on the ground are the only ones that I would say I care about. I don't care about the elites at the top whatsoever at all. Not even a little bit. But if you're a regular citizen, denizen of the world, then you should be protected. You're doing good. You're not harming anybody. You should be protected so you can be able to use your capital wherever you want and how you want, when you want, right? And it should not be able to be accessed by anybody but you, in my humble opinion. But let's continue on here. All right, let's keep it moving. So then we have a little bit of Hedera news here. So this is from Danny Eid. I want to get that name correct. I hope I said the right Eid or Aid. My apologies if I mispronounced that. And this is in relation to Hedera. It says here, at Federal Reserve used to have the hashtag gold. Used to have gold. I thought you were going to say gold standard. Used to have gold, and that became dollars. We're reinventing that for the digital age, where the currency comes out of this asset and we own it, unquote. 1820, 3825. Let's scroll down here. It says the next exciting thing we're launching, it's a breakthrough currency called Bitcarbon. Oh, that I don't care about that. But all of this is built on Hedera, which is what's important here. Another offering is building on Hedera. It says here, the users we think will choose the platforms that have lower transaction costs. Hedera, that's why they're building on here now. Transaction costs, security, right? It says, but we don't make that choice for them. Game-changing hash graph token. This is how they're framing this here. Hashtag Hedera, hashtag hashgraph is a distributed ledger that utilizes the fast, fair, and secure hash graph consensus, a better alternative to hashtag blockchains. Yeah, it's superior. It's superior technology. Hashgraph is just superior technology. How long it will remain that, I don't know. I'll assume that it's going to be into the foreseeable future since Hedera continues to advance itself at the same time, rather simultaneously, as blockchain technology also advances itself. So, but yes, until further notice, it is superior technology. So now, yeah, I like to see activities happening with the bank coins, more companies building on them, utilizing them, bringing volume to them, bringing value to them. Simple as that. Whatever it's going to take, as long as we have solid information on why a price could go up, then I think it's good. Now, little by little, we climb the mountain. So I'm not saying this is a huge leap. It could grow into something big, but if you take this little, that little, this little, that little, all these littles and put them together, you get something big. And they're growing over time. It gets to be something possibly real big. So yeah, every little bit counts. So I like to keep up with these types of things. Let's move on here. So then we have an article here. It's from coinedition.com. It's titled, Crypto Millionaires Drive Up Rental Costs in Dubai's Property Market. You know what fired me up earlier? It was that article about Stuart Algorand and Elizabeth Warren. It really got me fired up, man, because I just keep seeing this person's name and they're always just destroying crypto with misinformation. And I don't know, man, it just rubs me the wrong way. I hate liars. Am I the only one like that now? Like, I hate liars. Just tell the truth. That's it. Tell the truth. Anyway, this article here is from coinedition.com and it's titled, Crypto Millionaires Drive Up Rental Costs in Dubai's Property Market. Well, you know, the way they framed this is a little bit negative. And sure, it's probably having that effect. But at the same time, there's a positive light to this, where the United Arab Emirates is making things so good. They're doing such a good job that people want to come there. So it's their time. They're going to have extra capital to play with, to work with, to make life better. Hopefully this is what they do. Hopefully this is what they do, right? So they're doing, it's a sign that they're doing a great job while everybody's fleeing. Almost everywhere else in the world, they're fleeing from those places. Like, especially in the West, people just, I mean, it's terrible in the West. It shows that Dubai has the vision and they're making it good for people to come there. All right, so it says here, let's read this a little tidbit. Dubai's property market is transforming as crypto millionaires. I love how they put crypto millionaires in the title. And yet there's many other sectors also going to Dubai, which has always been the case. Crypto millionaires are new to, like, over the last, like, what, 5-6 years, going to Dubai, moving to Dubai, right? Everybody else has been going to Dubai since forever, right? Oh, you know, I mean, like buying properties there and such, right? It says Dubai's property market is transforming as crypto millionaires, bankers from Asia, right? Bankers from a lot of places. Come on, let's be real. Bankers from a lot of places. Bankers from Asia and wealthy Russians. Like, I love that. I love that. So, I mean, who is this written by? So nobody else, just all the people that the West wants everyone to believe are the West's enemies, right? Crypto people, because the West does not like crypto people, right? Bankers from Asia, and wealthy Russians. Right. That's the only people moving to Dubai, buying property in Dubai, This is driving up prices, which obviously, you know, people are going to look at as a negative. These are the ones you want to pin that on just in case anybody's upset, right? I swear, man. The world is unbelievable right now. So data shows that the influx of these high net worth individuals has driven up rental costs, fees for private schools, groceries, transportation, and housing. According to, would you it's like lose with these people. These article writers, these are Western article writers. It's lose with them. If Dubai wasn't doing well, they say, oh, Dubai's not doing well. Oh, we wish that, some more capital would go there. And then when more capital goes there, they say, oh, more capital went there. There's too many crypto millionaires. There's too many Asian bankers. There's too many. It sounds like that sounds like hating, like you're hating on Dubai, like you're jealous that Dubai is doing well. So you're trying to bring out some negatives. That's what it looks like to me. You're jealous that people aren't moving. Millionaires aren't moving en masse to Europe anymore, like, UK anymore, or America, not America, sorry, United States anymore. That's not Dubai's problem. Dubai is they're trying to do well for themselves. And they've been doing well for themselves. Let's leave this article. We're going to leave this article there. But that's what it sounds like. You're trying to convince others, crypto millionaires, bankers, anyone who you could tug on their heartstrings not to go to Dubai. That's what this looks like. That's what it looks like. That's suspicious also, in my humble opinion. Because well, let's go down here. Let's scroll down here. It says, however, UAE officials claim that price increases were more modest than elsewhere as high inflation dents spending power globally. So you're saying one thing. I hope you guys watch for this long so we can get to this point. So the article is saying one thing, but UAE officials are saying claim price increases were more modest than elsewhere. Who are we supposed to believe? And maybe we believe neither, because I have some pretty good people on the ground there. They could probably just tell us what's going on in their opinion, right? In their experience, right? But UAE officials contrast what you're putting out there. Metin Mitchell, the founder of at C-Suite executive recruitment firm working in the region for decades, said, why did you go to that person specifically? That's interesting. You went to them specifically? Let's read the little tidbit. This is, quote, the nature of Dubai is changing. This is becoming a super dynamic economy again, but it's also becoming more of a Monaco. That I don't know the reference to that. I'm not going to proclaim to know everything. I don't. Servicing the needs of affluent and high net worth people. It says here, coinedition.com has an article titled, Banks Become Hostile to Crypto Firms Challenging UK's Crypto Hub. Oh, is that so? Let's see what they're talking about. The banks are always going to be hostile to most of crypto. The ones that don't benefit them, they're going to be very hostile to. They're not going to give them a chance, right? So latest reports revealed that DeFi-powered crypto fintech Saving Blocks application for a corporate account has been denied by 7 banking service providers in London, posing a challenge to the country's dream to establish a global crypto hub. So they're going against her. Oh, I love it. So the banks are going against what the governmental officials want, right? The governmental officials want them to become a crypto hub, but the banks are saying, no. That is interesting, isn't it? Reportedly, Saving Blocks, the crypto company owning more than 200 customers, has contacted 9 banking service providers for attaining a bank account. Wow. But was rejected by 7 of them. See, they have too much power, but the people gave them that power, didn't they? Yeah, they did. In addition, the 2 banks that positively responded to the proposal at the initial stage have been troubling Edward Donizou, my apologies, the company CEO, over the past few months, asking for additional documentation with the details of client transaction processes. Significantly, Dan Zanu asserted that I'm trying to get that name right. It's not Danziner. They put a U on the end of it the first time, and then this time they typed it. They didn't put a U on the end. It's ended with an A. So there must be. I don't know. I'm just going to say Danzanu. That's the way it was first typed. My apologies if I mispronounced that. Asserted that it is difficult to find service providers, adding, quote, there aren't many options available. Most traditional banks won't offer banking services to crypto firms. With the recent string of events, it will be even tougher. We are seeking licenses in France where we think it will be easier. So, in this article here is titled, and we're going to close out with this one here, Italian minister warns ECB of risk from higher interest rates. Let's scroll down here and read this little tidbit. It says, the outlook for the Italian economy is improving, but higher interest rates designed to curb inflation could pose a threat to growth. Italy's economy minister said on Saturday, sending a warning to the European Central Bank. Quote, fighting inflation with a monetary policy is not enough. Recession cannot be the price paid for fighting inflation, Giancarlo Giorgetti said. Giorgetti is from the League Party, which last month criticized the ECB for pushing ahead with its latest 50 basis point rate increase, despite turmoil in the banking sector. Speaking to the Ambrosetti Business Forum, Giorgetti confirmed that improvements in the first half of the year would allow Italy to slightly upgrade its official forecast for economic growth of 0.6% in 2023. He added, it would be difficult for the European Union when it comes to reintroducing budget rules that remain suspended until the end of 2023. All right, so I had one more article here. I'll just read the headline of it. Why not? Says it was from calcanmedia.com, and it was titled, Mexico's financial system resilient after an international banking turmoil, which is very good, man. You know, the Mexican people deserve, the people around the world actually deserve for their systems to be stable and run the right way so they can live good lives. People work too hard. They work too hard not to at least be able to live peaceful lives and know that their money is safe. It says Mexico's financial system did not suffer relevant effects of recent international banking events and maintains its resilience, the country's Financial Stability Council said Friday. The council, which includes the finance minister, central bank board members, and the head of banking commission, cautioned that global risks, such as the potential for prolonged inflationary pressures, persist. All right, so now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.